Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RTK channel. I am Random, along with my co-host, no that's not fair, along with my trusted and valued partners in crime is Howard and Kari.
Yay!
Sup?
Today on this episode, we have gone straight into the Goodsoup family resort. They are the owners of the island, technically. If you have to remember, right at the very beginning, we need to find a ring of pure love. To do that, we have to solve a problem that this island actually has.
Nightly at 7.
Yes. I say that in English because I'm a parent. I'm very good at sentence making. As you can see here, this is a very fancy outdoor grill
around that heavy iron pot for no reason. It's a
that has lava trench built into it for obvious reasons.
Lit up never fails to bring a smile.
That would be needed if we. That's why we need the volcano to erupt. And yeah, this is the bar. Quite literally.
As you can see, they're not doing very well.
Well, obviously, the owner of the hotel is in a fucking stupor, and the other one.
No, you finally got there, Howard.
I'm sure it's never been cleaned.
And then the other person, who's obviously playing the cards, is a bit of a hypochondriac.
Oh dear.
It says we welcome your tips.
Anyway, the objective for this video is essentially we have to basically ignore all that when we get to the next page. Seriously. There's also a reference to Monkey Island 2 in this book. Which was the whole Yellowbeard's baby with blue whale, which is basically that green drink that we made with cilantro. And for some reason, it's just a lot of cilantro. What the fuck is... This, however, is the thing we need to take a look at. It is, of course, a hangover cure. This hangover cure is going to be the most important thing in this game. For various reasons.
It's a shameless ad for grog.
Also, this picture here changes every bloody time you go.
It's a shameless ad for grog.
It's a sort of it's a reference as well.
It's a picture of the galley of gravy. Oh, it's a gravy boat.
Indeed.
It's a picture of a really.
So now we just have to wait a bit more for you to get a move on.
It's a shameless ad for grog.
True.
Indeed.
Anyway, talking to the bar. We're gonna talk to the guy.
Hi,
and he has a very, very, very nasty hangover.
I wasn't yelling. I was just.
We're gonna have to cure his hangover because he's kind of important. Also, not my fault. The video rendering
no ID,
buggered
no
up here.
Just one more example of how
Howard.
a man keeps us down. It's the bartender.
Seriously, it's not my fault. We also picked up something I forgot. It's my fault again. So, basically, now we gotta do is the hangover cure. We're gonna be taking a look at the crypt. This is a normal crypt. As you can see here.
Blood Island Municipal Housing for
That's what you're not supposed to go in. Our objective for this entire run is to get into this crypt here. The Goodsoup family crypt.
The Goodsoup family crypt.
The
Goodsoup family
So
crypt.
we can't get in there unless we are dead.
Yes, we have to kill ourselves in order to get into that crypt. And yes...
Hey Howard, I can help you with that.
No, Kari. Not literal. So... There are two ways of... There are 3 ways we're going to be getting this cure. We have to get a pepper, we have to get the, an egg, and we need the hair of the dog that bites you.
It's a smelly old dog.
Oh dear.
We can also talk to the dog. As you can see, it does nothing. Don't look at me. This is exactly how it works.
Oh, I'm looking. I'm a-looking.
He's just not very social, I guess.
Hard.
Indeed.
Now, we can take the hair of the dog. Also, we also need to give him the biscuit.
Sorry, I just, you saying that, it makes me think of, a line from Bottom Live. Because when Eddie goes, he says, hey, hair of the dog. And then Richie replies with, no, I think it's a pew.
Fella, this won't hurt a bit. Hey, I guess it didn't
Anyway,
hurt a bit.
that
He
is
must be shedding.
that hair is basically 1/3 of what we need. We also need a pepper, and we need an egg.
So now we need to find some kind of birds.
Well, conveniently, because there's the egg. Also, there's a funny gag that we're going to be seeing later on. I think you two may get a gag.
Oh, yeah?
If we are to go to a place located, we need to summon the
Lost
Flying
Welshman
Welshman.
Haunted sea cruises and
Flying
whale watching
Welshman.
excursions daily.
Yes, James, you'll have to get off Facebook and actually look at the video for this.
No. Lost Welshman ferry line. Haunted sea cruises and whale watching excursions daily.
And yes, it's basically a play of the Flying
It's a rocky part
Dutchman.
of the beach.
I kind of gathered, yeah.
I would have figured you would have been more like, more taking the piss. Anyway, the egg would break if we the egg would break on the rocks. We don't want that. The egg is very vital.
It's a big egg sitting.
Also, we need to use the mallet on the rubber tree. Whilst combining the two of these together, the egg safely lands.
Hooray!
We now have an egg. So that's 2 things down. That's easy so far. Now we gotta find the pepper.
Which can only be in the one place we've yet to go to.
Far at the windmill.
Of course.
And there it is.
Hooray.
I wonder if it's a ghost pepper chili.
I think it's just a brand. I think it's an unmarked brand of peppers.
It's a chili
Also,
pepper.
those sharks are still there.
Gotta have more sharks, though.
Aw, they miss you, Howard.
It's a wild pepper plant.
They basically follow you anyway. In normal mode, the windmill wouldn't be rotating, and you could just go through the door and you could just go straight to the top. It's a lot more quicker. In Mega Monkey mode, basically, it's just like, it is actually active and you can't get up there with normal method.
Here's a wild pepper for your hangover.
And it says it's a wild pepper, Kari, not a ghost pepper, not a hot pepper, just a regular wild pepper.
This is some of the
Sure,
hair
it
of the
was
dog
born
that
to
bit
be
me.
wild.
If anything, Kari, it's probably a Maruga scorpion pepper.
I found this egg for your hangover remedy.
Yeah, because it actually is from the fucking region. Anyway, we have 3 things, and now he's gonna make a hangover cure.
Please grab all the things.
Mix up a dose.
Why is it blue?
That's what I want to know.
Because reasons.
Wouldn't it just technically be yellow because of the yolk?
You can take the rest.
Should be.
Although some eggs are blue, though.
Yeah, but they don't
Who are
have
you?
blue yolks, do they?
I'm Griswold,
Yeah.
last of the
no, I'm not
Goodsoup
saying it.
and proprietor of this hotel. You may
Yeah,
have heard
I'm not
of
saying it.
our
This
soup
is-
restaurant resort empire.
Anyway,
It's
this is
places
Griswold
across the
Goodsoup.
Caribbean.
He's the
Well,
last member of the Goodsoup bloody line.
This was once our
And if you
proudest
remember
resort.
back in
In
episode
recent
8
years,
with the
however,
agent,
hard times have befallen
this was
the
once
family
a very
Goodsoup,
popular
and let me
resort
alone with this
hotel,
rotting
but
hotel. The Goodsoup
the-
Plantation
the-
Resort Hotel and Casino.
their biggest selling piece would be the exploding volcano.
How's business?
And if that doesn't erupt,
Oh, I need another
their
drink.
trade kind of
Not
sunk.
good, I take it.
Yeah.
Just look around. No guests, No food,
Yeah,
no
it's
entertainment.
declined
Not even
horribly.
cannibals will come
Well,
here.
luckily
My
for
only
us,
regular
we
is a
can
spooky old
basically do
fortune
all the
teller who gives
efforts, and not only are we
everyone
gonna get
recruits.
this ring,
No offense,
but
Madam
we can
Zima.
also, yes, Madam Zima.
Yes,
She's
right.
an interesting person.
I can only imagine.
Why don't you try to lighten
I
the place
believe
up a little?
hypochondriac is the one thing
Well, that's
I
quite
would
a
say.
story. Years ago, this hotel was one of the hottest
Excuse me.
destinations in the Caribbean. People came from around the globe to see our world-famous dinner
As you can
show.
see here,
You may have noticed the oddly shaped barbecue out on the patio.
Yes, I did notice that.
Well, that barbecue was the centerpiece of
And
our
it was
nightly
lit
Isn't the
by
barbecue the
lava,
central
which
attraction of
is
most
one of the
sophisticated
most
nightlife
unique
activities?
things about it, which we went over on in the last
No one else
episode.
had a barbecue
Yes.
like this one.
without the
Every
volcano
night, the
erupting,
guests would
the
gather round on
the
patio,
centerpiece
and at
wouldn't
precisely
exactly be a
6
centerpiece.
o'clock,
It'd just be a very large it'd just be a very large hole in the ground
You'd
without
light up a
methods of working.
senses-shattering fireworks
Imagine having no firework for a
No.
barbecue.
Do you want
Terrible.
to hear
Wait,
the
wait.
story or
Just
not?
to prove my
I'm
hearing is
sorry, I'm
not on the
fascinated.
fritz. Did
Please
you
go
just
on.
say,
Well,
imagine a
every
barbecue
night
without
at precisely
fireworks?
6 o'clock, the volcano would
Firewood.
Oh, if he said
erupt, and the lava
Firewood.
would
What?
flow
What kind
down
of
the
barbecues
side
do
of the
you go
mountain
to, man?
And into the special trough that runs beneath the barbecue. The guests absolutely
It would be
loved
more interesting if there were fireworks, says the frickin' viewer, but that wouldn't fucking
Although knowing
work.
knowing
Isn't
knowing
that
you,
some
Howard,
kind
you
of fire hazard?
No,
knowing
it
you,
wouldn't.
Howard, you probably put the
In
fireworks
cases of
on the
near
barbecue and say,
third-degree
"Hey, Kari,
burns
guess what
every
we're
now and
having?
then, but everybody
Explosion."
agreed that it was worth it. That volcano
Yes, and
was
at
a
that I
show
just would
stopper.
avoid the whole
One
place.
day,
Well,
And then just sit back from a distance and then watch the fireworks go off.
Well,
Why
knowing you,
the
Kari, you probably wouldn't even come outside. He's like, "Hey,
It's
Kari, food's ready.
We've
Go
gone
away.
downhill
Steam's
ever
out."
since. The volcano hasn't erupted to this day.
I am not my father.
Hi, Kari's
What
dad.
happened to all the guests?
After
Reference
they
again.
started to run down, they all
He is a really
out.
funny guy. Though.
All
Howard!
except
What?
Stop
for one,
iterating everything.
the guest that never left.
Didn't say
Is this
anything.
gonna be scary?
You've
Because I
done
warned
nothing
you.
but say things since
Every
we've
night
started.
We heard strange noises coming from his room. Frightful.
You said
crashing
reference.
sounds
It's like it's
that
clearly a
shook our
reference.
hotel.
But yes.
Followed by the most
Sorry.
horrible
You don't need to say it.
screaming and cursing. Then
But
one
say
night,
things he shall,
sounds
and say things he will.
stopped, but were replaced with a
Anyway,
terrifying
as we were
wailing
convulsing,
and
there's an
moaning.
interesting
I
little
had
bit
the
of
room
a
sealed,
interesting
and
little
I'll
bit of a
never enter
tidbit
that
is that
hateful
there is
place
a
again.
curse in the hotel room,
Yeah.
and the reason is because someone died
Would you
in
let me
the
into the
guest
guest room
room.
upstairs?
Ah, the old
No spoilers, Howard.
old dying in the hotel ploy.
Let no man disturb the dark
Which was
spirits
masqueraded
who
as
occupy that
some person like going screaming and yelling for some reason.
Maybe if you
Blah,
tried
all
a
that
more
stuff.
aggressive marketing scheme.
Someone died in the
I've
hotel
tried
room, and the
everything.
place has stunk ever
Pamphlets,
since.
stickers,
No
expensive
surprise,
print
Madame
campaigns.
Zima over there
I
probably
even
caused it.
tried passing out vials of
Again,
blood
spoilers.
with the slogan, "My parents went to Blood Island."
You'd be a
and all
brilliant
about
person to
was
read a book with. You just tell everybody what's on the last page
That's
first.
just gross.
Well,
No,
with the
really.
benefit of hindsight,
You
I
make
suppose
Kari all
it is.
upset.
There's not much point spoiling
Yeah,
a
that's a
book
shame.
if there's not
Sorry I
much
brought
to
it up.
freaking detail.
Like, I can just picture like Taras
What
and
do you
Rita
know about the
reading
lost ring of Blood
bedtime
Island?
stories to his kids. Once upon a time,
Ah,
Snape
that's
kills
a very
Dumbledore. The end.
sad chapter in my family's history. My
And that's when they grow
That
up
is
to
pretty much how he probably would.
Once
do.
upon a time, Snape kills Dumbledore. The end.
Her one weakness
And then the
was her
children grew up to
romantic
resent him.
nature. She had a thing for
Here-
pirates.
so-
Oh God!
But
Have you heard?
came into
It's
port
like,
and she fell instantly in
hey,
love.
well, your
We were
lovely
engaged.
girlfriend,
Oh
James.
yes, my dearest.
Has she ever told you the interesting fact of her first experience with the Harry Potter books?
I do believe I have yet to have the pleasure, but go on.
And sold it to smugglers on Skull
Her
Island.
nan was so
Or the
Norfolk that
empty
instead of
imprisonment band on
Hermione,
her
it was
finger
Herman.
until she died, which was not very
Instead of
nice.
Severus,
Someday she
it was
still haunts the
his
Goodsoup
Sirius.
family tomb. It is a sad
Nice.
story, is it not?
I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
And
wasn't listening. Could you repeat that?
half of the actual plot points she thought were not suitable for a child, so she would just edit out whole paragraphs. So Grace would get very
How can I get down to
confused.
Skull Island?
And she didn't like Harry Potter.
Ah.
Used to
I
be a
mean-
regular ferry out to
Then she
Skull
reread them herself, and
Used
now
to?
she can name nearly all 100 fucking spells.
I mean,
Island.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I dislike Harry Potter. I mean, I tried reading one of the books. I tried watching one of the films. It's like, nah, I don't really get this, and just haven't really thought about it since. I mean, I won't sit there and say, sure, it doesn't really do it for me.
I would say just literally sitting down and marathoning all the films, or listening to Stephen Fry's audiobooks.
Oh yeah, I remember someone playing those at work one time. That was to be fair, it is Stephen Fry, so that should be pretty good.
The flying Welshman rowing in his ghostly dinghy, lost for
I
all
do want to
eternity.
say there was actually one bit of conversation we missed. Was on that conversation is the guy's great aunt who's been who's had it. Fuck. Shit! I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
And nothing of value.
I'll explain next time.
Of course.
Bye for now, folks.
When we basically finish updating Howard's brain to Windows 7.
Better late than never.
Don't you mean Windows 10?
Nah, we still gotta update you from XP.